किं पुष्टिवर्धनम् पूर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् पूर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Good evening, all of you. Open your prayer book, go to page 7. We'll chant the slokas together. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Go to page 35 in your prayer book. Concentration. The world is ready to give up its secret if we only know, how to give it the necessary blow. The strength and force of the blow come through concentration. There is no limit to the power of the human mind. The more concentrated it is, the more power is brought to bear on one point, that is the secret. So these are the words of Swami Vivekananda. And here he's stressing on the importance of concentration, the secret of concentration. So here Swamiji says, when we do anything, any work with concentration, then we definitely end up doing it perfectly and correctly. Whereas when we do the same work without concentration, we may not end up doing it perfectly. When we read something, we acquire knowledge only when we read it with concentration. Otherwise, no. Similarly, when we play a game, when we play it with concentration, then we learn the skill of the game. Otherwise, we just play for the sake of playing. So here, Swamiji is stressing on the importance of concentration and doing things with concentration. And Swamiji believes that when we practice something with concentration, only then we become perfect. Unless we do things with concentration, we can never do it perfectly. So this is what Swamiji says. And here I would like to narrate an incident from the epic Mahabharata. Some of you are already aware of it. Dronacharya, the teacher of the Pandavas and Kauravas, was teaching them archery, and he wanted to test the concentration of his students. He took a wooden bird and showed it to his students and said, "The eye of this bird is the target, the aim." And he placed that bird on a branch of the tree. And one by one, he started calling all the students and he asked them what they were able to see. And he got different answers, different replies from them. One said that he could see the branch and the tree as well as the bird. Another said he could see the eye of the bird as well as the leaves. So different answers were given to him. And when it was the turn of Arjuna and the teacher asked him, then he said he could see only the eye of the bird, nothing else. So that is concentration. Whenever we do something, our 100% concentration should be only on that, not on the remaining things which are around us. So when we do things with concentration, we achieve it perfectly. When we don't have concentration, then we can't do it. So this is single-mindedness. Single-mindedness helps us to achieve things. So I would like to give another example, which I had read in another book. So this is about tiger and how the tiger hunts. So when a tiger is hungry, usually animals hunt only when they are hungry. It slowly approaches the group of animals, right, the herd, and silently waits there with patience. And then it observes with concentration and selects the target, means the animal which it is going to kill for because he's hungry. And slowly it starts approaching and starts chasing the animals. And immediately when the herd starts running, the tiger runs fast. And at that moment itself, it selects which animal it is going to kill. And it runs only behind that animal. And usually it is the fastest running animal. Still, the tiger runs behind it. While chasing that prey, the tiger approaches or can see towards its left or right a slower animal which it could easily catch, but it never does that. After selecting, the tiger becomes blindfolded. It can see only that animal, nothing else. So it runs towards it and then chases it and then it hunts it. It is not that the tiger is successful every time. Sometimes tiger also is unsuccessful. It cannot catch the prey. But the second time, as well as the third time, it selects its prey and then runs behind only that. So that is single-mindedness, which we all have to achieve. So when we have that single-mindedness, then definitely whatever work we do, whatever aim we have, whatever we wish to, definitely we will do it. So this is the message of Swami Vivekananda. Again here, in the second paragraph, Swamiji says, the greater part of the practical lessons which the yogi gives us is in the mind, the power of concentration and meditation. We have become so materialistic when we think of ourselves, we find only the body. The body has become the ideal, nothing else. So Swamiji says that we all have become materialistic and we don't realize the importance of things which are essential to us. So one of them is concentration, I already told you. And here I would like to narrate an example from the life of Alexander the Great. So he was a great warrior. He almost conquered the whole world. And while he was coming to our country, India, he was told by his teachers in Greece that he should bring a sage, a rishi from our country. So at that moment, the Alexander the Great didn't understand, right? And he said yes. And when he was in India, he, along with his soldiers, ventured into a forest and he was searching for a sage. And finally, he finds a yogi meditating silently under a tree. So he approaches him, and because he was the Alexander the Great, and everyone was afraid of him, they respected him. So he expected the same from the rishi also, and he told him to come along with him, to go along with him to Greece. Then the sage said, I'm happy living here. I don't have no interest in going there. Then he tried to threaten the sage, and then he tried to convince him or tried to give him some money. He said that he would give him lot of wealth, money, and he tried so many ways. And when still the sage said no, he got angered. He started shouting at him, and he threatened him that he would kill him, he would behead him. Still, the sage was smiling. And finally, Alexander says, I am the master of this world, and you have to listen to me. Then the sage silently smiles and says, you feel that you are the master, but it is not so. You cannot control your anger. Your mind is not in your hand. You can't control your mind. How can you say that you are the master of this world? And he says, I am silently sitting here, even though you have said so many things, I am still smiling because my mind is under my control. So, first, you have to attain that. First, control your mind, and then you will capture the world. You can conquer the world. So, these words made Alexander realize, and then he understood why his teachers in Greece wanted him to bring a sage from India. So, this is the power of concentration. When we have a controlled mind, we increase our concentration power, and thereby we end up doing things in the perfect manner. So, this is the message of Swami Vivekananda, and here he is stressing on, and according to him, he says, practice with concentration leads to perfection. So, we'll stop here. Thank you for listening. Have a pleasant evening.